Hi, everybody. I'm Thomas, and I'm here with the University of Exeter. And today we're going to be talking about clearing. So I have three other people, or not three other people, two other people who've also gone through clearing. And yeah, we'll just go around the room first. But yeah, I'm Thomas. I'm an Exeter alum, and I did English and creative writing. Yeah, you can go with you.
Yeah, my name's Aryan and I'm a second year natural scientist at University of Exeter.
Oh, and I'm Sammah. I'm also a second year, and I'm studying PPE.
So I'm from the States. Originally, I was actually enrolled at another university for animation, and I was deferring my year because I wanted to take a gap year. But then, I always thought about studying in the UK. Later on, changed my mind about taking a gap year, and initially I thought, oh, I missed my chance to apply for this year. But then I found out that, yeah, the UK has the clearing process, and for me, since we don't really have clearing in the States, it wasn't really I didn't have any preconceptions around it, so I was like, oh, it's not too late. So yeah, applied through there. It was quite easy, and then ended up on my course. I mean, I can talk about what I liked about it and whatnot, but yeah, like how did you guys end up going through clearing?
Yeah, so mine was really long-winded. So I initially applied to medicine and been interviewed, and then after interview was rejected, and that was from the four places that I'd applied to. I was a little bit upset, and I guess from that moment on until A-levels, I was sort of just focused on my A-levels. Hadn't necessarily thought about university too much then because I didn't want it to, I guess, ruin how well I was doing, how well I would do in A-levels. But at the back of my mind, it did hurt quite a bit that I didn't get into medicine initially. But a few of my friends from my college had actually applied to natural sciences, and we all did similar A-levels. So I did biology, chemistry, and maths, and so I was already really science oriented. And they recommended me to apply to natural sciences. So I applied to natural sciences at a different university and got an offer. And I guess leading up to results day, I was quite stressed and I guess also going back and forth as to whether I wanted to go there. And I was essentially conflicted, I'd say like a day or two before results day, as to whether I actually wanted to go to my firm or not. And results day came and I didn't get the grades I wanted to, so I got rejected. But to be honest with you, I was initially very sort of unstable, to put it quite frankly. I guess I sort of had a preconception of results day being a stressful time and clearing in general being a really tough process. You know, when you're in just sort of like tears, or when you're in like a state that you didn't expect to be in terms of getting grades that you aren't very proud of.
Yeah.
I guess if you have a firm and you also invest into it, which I was at that time, it it does dishearten you quite a bit.
It's because you already made these sort of plans already, and you had these expectations, and now the choice was kind of made for you in a way.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, well, because a lot of my friends were already going to gap here anyways and just apply to university next year and go traveling or work. So I was sort of honestly on the fence of doing that just because I knew that I could work and I could retake my A-levels and get better grades and apply next year to a different university.
But by then, did you know about clearing as an option, I guess, or was it in the back of your mind, or was it sort of like, how did you end up going from that to deciding, oh, maybe I will go through the process?
So I vaguely heard of clearing from school, but it was sort of proposed as like a last minute option. So it's essentially, if you don't get to your firm and your insurance, then you just go through clearing.
Yeah.
And so I guess having sort of like the best of both worlds, after sort of being in dismay for about an hour, I decided to apply to Exeter to do natural sciences through the online form, which was a really lovely process. Didn't have to break down on the phone to whoever was the unfortunate recipient in the end. Having to hear me bawl my eyes out. But I put a lovely form in to Exeter and got accepted.
Was it similar for you, or?
Fairly similar. So initially I wanted to do natural sciences, and that was sort of a bit of a rush decision because initially I wanted to do medicine. I was a bit unsure of exactly what course I wanted to commit to. So I ended up just picking natural sciences. And obviously as the time went by, I sort of was just like, let me just focus on A-levels. I'll get through that and, we'll see where we are. But towards the lead up to results day, I was still a little bit unsure as to if natural sciences was a course that I wanted to commit to for the next 3 years. So I started to look at a few other options, and I realised that there was a lot of flexibility around the subjects required for courses, and that I could actually pick a different course. So that's what I looked into, and I ended up choosing PPE. So I looked at that through clearing. I also filled out the online form, which was really straightforward and quite easy to fill out, a lot less stressful than talking on the phone and waiting in a queue, like the process of a lot of other universities.
Since we've already gone through it, I guess it's easy for us to sort of frame the decision as like something that was always bound to happen. But yeah, for anyone going through one of these scenarios, what would you say to them about like stuff to prepare or like anything that helped you, I guess?
I guess my main sort of point would be it's not the end of the world, because in all honesty, back then, like I thought if I didn't get to my firm, like that was literally it. Like I wouldn't be able to do anything. I wouldn't even know how to cope with myself. But I guess after going through the clearing process and still being able to get onto the same course at a different university, like now I genuinely wouldn't change it for the world. Like I absolutely love Exeter as a place. There's the university course is really lovely.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, is there any like advice you give to other people, or I guess even yourself? Like if you could talk to your past self going through it.
Yeah, I think it's really easy to feel disheartened within the moment, but I think it's really important to sort of see the positive and look at your different options, and sort of really see clearing as more of an opportunity rather than a last minute resort. I think that's a really big misconception about clearing. A lot of people see it, I think you mentioned earlier, as a last minute resort, plan B if things don't work out. But I think that if you change your mindset and you really see it as an opportunity to think, if I get these grades, I actually have the opportunity to go to so many different prestigious universities, like Exeter, for example. So yeah, I think it's just more about mindset and sort of looking at your options and seeing where you can go from there.
Yeah, no, I felt the same with like yeah, for me coming from the States, it just felt like, oh, there's an extended deadline. That's why I viewed it as, and it was nice. Yeah, just like looking at institutions that I didn't consider before deciding on Exeter. I guess like, yeah, did you like, because we're talking more about like how we interacted with the process, but did you get any support while you're making a decision, like, or just going through it, like any tools, any people that you knew, any mentors, that sort of thing?
I think for me personally, I didn't really get much support in the process. I guess all my college really told me was, okay, if you don't get in on results day, this is the process that you go through. But for me, I didn't have the privilege of having a support line from my college at all. So I was really, in my opinion, just doing it by myself, just trying to look up hotlines to call or finding universities that would take me in.
Yeah. Did you feel like you had support? Anything that was helpful for you, or?
I think in some elements my school did offer some support, but because sort of when I just was thinking about clearing, it was during the summer, a little bit before results day. I mostly just use UCAS as a tool and just sort of online research to be able to get an idea of how to approach clearing. Any advice, any tips, things like that.
I guess like the university website was pretty helpful. I like when I was applying, I felt like, oh, everything I need to find out is there. And I think, yeah, like actually, how did you guys interact with the uni? Did you use like the live chat thing at all, or?
So I initially, I think the Exeter website's really useful for essentially explaining what the course offers and even showing optional modules that you can pick from.
Oh yeah, the module titles was very helpful.
So useful. Yeah, the module descriptors, and even now I still use it for when I want to pick a module for next year, for example. Having the assessment criteria, having sort of like the objectives, aims, so useful.
Yeah, you can like imagine yourself in that class, and like even finding like what sort of like lecturers are there and sort of what their areas of expertise or interests are. I found that useful too. But yeah, anything you'd like to add, or?
honest, likewise, I think the website's a really good tool, and I think when clearing begins, the university has a list of courses within clearing.
Yeah.
So it's very clear to see which courses are full, which courses you can apply for. I think it's just really straightforward of how to apply to it.
Yeah.
There's the online form, which is what I used.
Oh yeah, I used that as well. Yeah.
And yeah, it was just very clearly labeled from what I remember. Really easy to fill out. And yeah, I think it was just quite a smooth process.
Yeah, I think like as an alum, like I don't remember like many of the details of the process, but I do remember like I think that's a good sign. I wasn't frustrated with it at all, but just hearing from you guys earlier how like with other institutions like there's a lot of back and forth of calling them and whatnot, but it seems straightforward.
Really hectic. The number of phones I had to have on results day was crazy, and
Number of phones.
number of phones. I had to get my mum's phone, my dad's
Oh my
phone,
God.
my phone,
Yeah.
calling up multiple different unis, seeing if they had spaces, and a lot of the times it would be your position is X, you have to wait X, Y number of minutes, and
Yeah.
X have just made it so smooth, having an online form and
You take your time with each detail.
taking your time writing each detail out, and I guess having that sense of reassurance and not having that preconception that your nerves are the reason why you might not get an offer through clearing, because it's quite understandable that now at least that the person on the other side of the phone is still human and understands your nerves. But I guess as a student, for me, I didn't understand.
It just turns down the stress for you a bit. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but was there anything that surprised you about going through clearing?
I guess for me, clearing through Exeter, I didn't realize how simplistic and how straightforward it was. I guess having those preconceptions of clearing being really hectic and, tears, laughter, joy, Exeter made it very simple, and I didn't think clearing would be as straightforward as just putting in a form and seeing the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of similar, really. I did think it would be a bit more of a complicated process, but it was quite smooth, very quick. They got back to me really quick with an offer as well, which surprised me compared to other universities. I was waiting for quite a while, but also just the process afterwards of finding accommodation. They offered me a campus tour, sort of like a visit to the campus to look at the accommodation, to look at the campus. So yeah, in that aspect, it was very welcoming, and I sort of could get everything sorted. Obviously, there's not that much time between results day and when university really starts. So having the opportunity to be able to get my accommodation, everything that I needed sorted promptly, it gave me a lot of peace of mind, and it was good.
That's really good. Yeah, I think for me, very similarly, just the speed of it, I think I got, I think I was used to dealing with universities where like, okay, I sent something to them, let's wait a week to hear back. But with clearing, I think I heard back like same day as well. And I think, similar to you with like accommodation, for me, like as an international student, like all the information on visas and like even before hearing back about like an offer, like I had to translate my US results to the UK equivalents. But I think just their international team, like I was emailing them back and forth, and they're helping me do that part of the application. But then even after that, with like sorting out visas and like, oh, like how do I get to Exeter from London, and that sort of thing was just like that sort of wraparound support was really nice to see. And is there anything that you think people should know about like having things ready for the process, or like would you recommend getting ready before results day, or like waiting to see like afterwards, like anything along those lines?
That's a really good question. I think on results day, I guess having your clearing number and having your results when you get them are two the most important things, because those are the first two things that the person on the other end is going to ask. And even on forms as well, Exeter, the first two things they asked were, what's your clearing number, what are your A-level grades. So I'll say have those prepared and be prepared for whatever happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in terms of preparation, obviously knowing your UCAS number and your clearing number, things like that, but also sort of knowing what course you want to go into, because obviously from the moment that results come out, that's when clearing begins, and I think it's around 8 a.m. in the morning. But from then, that's when places will be taken up, and the queue on the phone will slowly get longer and longer. So I think having an idea of what course you want to do, what universities you would want to call up, prioritizing which universities you would want to sort of preferably go to over others, and having the list of numbers or knowing which forms to fill out, I would say is a good starting point, and just sort of doing it as soon as possible rather than waiting a few days and things like that, because that's when places will fill up. And
the last thing we'll end on is like looking back, how confident do you feel that clearing gave you a better outcome, and why, if you do feel that way?
I think it definitely did, in the sense that looking back, I'm so glad that I didn't get into my firm, because Exeter's such a beautiful place and I absolutely love the course here. Like, I genuinely wouldn't change it for the world. And being here for 2 years, these 2 years have been some of the best of my life, honestly.
That's really
met
good.
so many lovely people, been in arguably such a lovely location. Like, going to university in Devon is a privilege that like not a lot of people do have, and there aren't that many universities here. And I guess with my friends back home, being able to talk about our university experiences, and as me being able to talk about how lovely Devon is and how lovely Exeter is something that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to have had I not come here.
Yeah, that's wonderful. How about you?
I really like how it's a campus university. Everything's in one place. It's also surrounded by a lot of nature, which is nice. It's definitely a nice home away from home. And also just the community and the societies that are available. I think that's been really lovely, and I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think I feel the same way about a better outcome, because I think changing my mind about my gap year, I just felt very fortunate that actually I can change my mind, and I wasn't locked into that choice. But I think thanks so much for sharing your experiences with clearing and coming to chat today.
Thank you for having us here.
Yes, thank you very much.
I hope that's been helpful. This has been our clearing stories.